Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. This is week 8 of renovating the TFIL motorhome. Now, there was not supposed to be a week 8 of this renovation. When Elton initially contacted us, he was hoping to get it done in a 6-week period. We were pretty honest with him that that was pretty tight for all of the things that he was hoping for us to get done, but that we were up for the challenge and we would see what we could get done. Fast forward towards the end of the renovation, we were definitely scrambling for any extra days. Sean was able to buy us a few extra days by taking the tires off of the motorhome so we didn't have to send it into the shop. And then we were able to do some renovation in between the bachelor party and the actual wedding. When Elton had taken the motorhome on the bachelor's trip, we were definitely not done at that point in time. There were cabinet doors swinging open and drawers because we were not able to put the door latches on. And then he was also able to find a few different things that he wanted to do with the renovation that weren't initially part of the project, like wallpaper and fiddly things like that. So we really were doing renovations up until hours before he needed it. Not pillows thing. Pretend like it's all done. A few throw pillows come in. They'll be cute in here too. Looks nice. And then back in here, I don't know if Sean showed you this, but it's wallpaper too. But we ran out because it's a huge pattern. There's a ton of waste. So more coming from the Amazon tomorrow. That's it for tonight. Not quite midnight. It's like 11:30 though. I thought we were done with these. Apparently not.
Renee, making things look all pretty.
Oh, yes. I'm gonna put a little sleeve on this. It doesn't want to come off. Finished the wallpaper finally over there. Yes, earlier today.
Dang.
That's super annoying.
It's because this cabinet's crooked.
Ah!
You were banned, or you were punished right from the get-go.
Okay, this won't come out. I made a little sleeve to go over this. Cover it. Once the sleeve goes on, then we can put the trim on here. I believe this room is done. Sean's putting up trim. The last thing I think that this room needs, Jesse's getting out of the pool from swimming. I'm putting up a curtain track on the top of the office/bunk room in here. One of the things that we forgot till I was walking through the other day and realized they probably want curtains in here. That's pretty much it. We're just going to put these up, maybe do a little bit of touch-up paint and then clean her up. Get her staged. We have like some pictures to hang and stuff. Other than that, I think that's pretty much done. I know we keep saying that and then adding like 7 more days. So we'll see. Getting close though. Putting the rollers on. Lots of rollers. Then I'm capping it and hanging it. I already have the brackets up here. Not too shabby. Now I'm gonna sew the curtains to fit. Go see how much we need to sew off with the curtains next. Okay, putting in the last few things. This is going to be what? What do you build here, Sean?
Dog food and feeder. Dog food storage and feeder.
It's gonna have storage bin for the food, and it's gonna have a little drawer that pulls out with the bowls, and utilizes what would have been an empty space. What do you have, Jesse?
The doggy thing, the doggy feeder.
Get it lined up.
That's pretty slick. I thought I was done in here, but then chatting with Elton last night, he wants wallpaper here as well, probably up on the valance too. And then I have a little bit, I'm gonna do another curtain panel in here. This one's just barely big enough. And instead of just having it barely big enough, we thought it'd be better, obviously, if it was too big. So we're gonna do both panels on this and then finish cleaning things, get it, and then, oh yeah, the wallpaper. Oh, Jesse wants to show you the wallpaper in here too. We did finally finish this. We had to order more because we were short because it's such a big pattern, but we got that all up. We're just here for a few hours, hopefully today, getting a few things done. This needs to get done here. And yeah, then I think we're just waiting on a few picture frames to hang. But otherwise, pretty much finished and getting a few things done, having a easy Sunday work day.
Easy Sunday work day. Should be a short one. That's our goal. And we can actually run the AC now. So we put in a 30 amp plug on his house.
Oh yeah, Sean did that yesterday. Did you get any footage of that?
Nope.
No? Want to show the viewers what you worked on?
It's beautiful. It looks like a plug, but it does have 30 amps, so we can run the AC and other stuff. So I had to get an extension cord. I brought mine from home, but there's the new plug. Wow, so beautiful.
What you doing, Jesse?
Pulling this plastic off of these.
Ginger just brought a bunch of stuff in for us to do some staging of the RV.
Tomsies. I love Toms.
What do you call them?
Toms. Tomsies.
They're tongs.
Oh.
That's okay. Lincoln made some salsa this morning, so we have some of that as our snacky for the day. And Ginger brought a bunch of really cute little just decor items in to kind of make it feel a little bit more homey. Look how cute, kind of like this little camping theme that's kind of coming together now. Camping citronella candles and things like that. Very cute. Excited. And then this project, which for some reason has just kind of dragged on.
It has taken some time for sure, but we'll get her done today. Won't be too long. So.
And then that's the last project in here. I know, I feel like I filmed about this like 7 times.
At least.
Yeah. We're putting the trim on. We're putting the trim on. Trim's gonna go here.
Trim might finally make it on.
Trim might finally make it on. But we definitely, it was a little bit finagly with this bolt here and stuff. So
It's not too big of a deal.
I trust Sean. Sean will make it work.
Yeah. We're having to do an extra seam because I cut it a 1/4 inch short. So that wasn't any good, but that's all right. Luckily we had enough. We'll make it work.
I did buy a little bit extra, so I'm glad. All right, I'm gonna wallpaper this wall now. Finish, we just decided to do this one, so I'm gonna do that now. All right, we Velcroed all of the cushions onto the backs so they don't fall down. This one as well. Pushed it on, waiting for it to kind of cure before I pull it off. Should be good. Cutting down the second panel for over here. We have one, but we want to add an extra one. So I'm going to cut off a few inches of this and then sew it up just so that it barely hits the bottom. I don't want it pulling too much and getting in the way. It's got a little thread I need to cut there. We need to apologize for kind of dropping off the face of the earth this last week. I'm not gonna lie, we were a little burnt out. So when the RV came back after the bachelor's trip, we have been working on it for a few days, but a lot of it was just incredibly tedious stuff. It was very boring to share and we were kind of tired. So we have been working on it. It is finished. We are about to film all of the final content. We have Sean, he's sweeping, he's cleaning everything up. We've got kids out here cleaning up all of our workspace. We've got people running all over the place. You can just put it over here. About finished. So stay updated. We are about to post all of the stuff, giving you the final tour of the RV. And we did finish it, you know, like a week and a half late. But hey, better late than never, right? Levi's over here scrubbing all the things for our final content, huh? So leading up to the wedding, they were using the motorhome as a guest house. Then on the day of the wedding, they were using it to transport supplies to the wedding venue. Then at the reception, they were using it as a greenhouse or a green room for the entertainers for the reception. And then Elton and Ginger used it for their road trip for their honeymoon. So this motorhome was literally playing more parts in this wedding than the bride and groom themselves. And so it was really imperative that we got it done. So we pulled it off, we got it done. And during this renovation, Elton and Ginger, they are some of the most gracious, kind kind, just really inclusive people we've ever met. We were literally doing this renovation in their front yard of their house in LA. We were like on top of them doing this renovation for months. We did become friends with them. They are some of the most incredible people we've ever met. And then they were so gracious and invited us to their wedding. It really was the coolest wedding we have ever been to. It was based in Malibu. It was circus themed. They had performers there. And we and the kids, we had the best time attending their wedding.
Getting ready for the wedding.
All right, if you have been watching this entire renovation series, then this is the moment that you've been waiting for. Here is the full tour of the renovated TFIL motorhome. Even though this RV is only 6 years old, our clients had used it extensively as a tour bus for their YouTube channel and had put tons of miles and tons of wear and tear on it. It was in desperate need of a complete renovation.
So he reached out to us. Initially, he found our video about replacing the RV ceilings because that's what really needed to be done. Had some water damage in there, there's holes in the roof, stuff like that. So he found us and saw that we did the full renovations and reached out to us and said, hey, you guys have any interest in doing this for us?
We were in Maine and I was a little bit hesitant to drive all the way across the corner. We were on the top right-hand corner. We were supposed to, he's down in LA, bottom left-hand corner. But after doing a few consult calls with him, we thought it was gonna be a really fun project, even though it had an incredibly tight deadline for all the things he wanted to do. But we decided we were up for the challenge.
So happy that we were able to come out and do this. It's been an incredible project, super fun project to do.
It really has been fantastic. So we thought for today, we're going to take it from the front to the back and give you guys every single detail of what we changed.
All the little things.
Everything front to back of this RV renovation. So let's start in the cab.
Go to the front.
Welcome to the front of the RV. All right, what did we do up here? First off, these captain's chairs, the vinyl on them was thrashed. It looked super terrible, was falling apart, very low quality. Also, they did not spin. A lot of the mechanisms underneath here had broken, so we had to get new cables, new like hardware, all that stuff in there. That was kind of my random project that I decided to hyperfixate on, but we were able to get it. They both rotate. We were able to find somebody here, a local in the LA area, who reupholstered all these chairs. Buying each chair that was this same quality was going to be over $2,000, and we were able to get both of them recovered. I think it was about $800 for the two of them. So maybe it was a little bit, I think it might have been closer to $1,000, but way better than $4,000 to replace both of them. So beautiful. We ended up with some diamond stitching, turned out fantastic. So made probably the biggest difference in this cab area was getting these captain's chairs reupholstered and making it so that they have their full functionality to be able to swivel. The second thing that we did up here in the cab area, there used to just be a weird table here that was very rickety and just flat. They could not put anything in the middle. So Elton and Ginger asked if we could make some sort of actual center console. The idea was also for it to have a top they could work on too, but we ended up just leaving it open so they could put things in here for easy access as they are driving, and they are super happy that this is also an adjustable height, so if they want it to be lower or higher, they can do that. So just definitely increasing the functionality of this. The next thing that we did, this used to be carpet up here over the doghouse, which was kind of this weird green color and definitely not very appealing. Also, it's fairly dirty. So I ripped that whole thing out and put vinyl over the top of it, as well as soundproofing foam underneath it as well, to increase the noise reduction as well as the heat reduction. So kind of just small things like that make a huge difference in making sure that everything just feels really fantastic once the renovation is finished. Other than that, we just use a plastic restorer on all of the dash things in order to make them look a little bit nicer. And then of course we did the flooring in here. So that concludes your tour of the cab area of this RV renovation.
Welcome to the living room. Over here, when we got into this RV, they had an old couch. I think it was a Walmart couch or an IKEA couch or something like that. They'd put it up on some 4x4 blocks to give themselves more storage underneath. A lot of the things that they were really looking for in this RV was more usable space, more usable storage, utilizing all of the wasted space while still maintaining the ability to sleep. A lot of people still have that comfort, that homey feeling. So we completely custom built this couch right here. So this is a couch. This is massive amounts of storage. This is the theater room slash entertainment center hub where all of the receiver is, all of the wires come to, everything goes here. It's got a sub underneath. It has their Jackery, which is a portable power station, a place for the Jackery to plug in, everything all inclusive in one, plus a couple of drawers for a good amount of storage so that they can utilize the space. It also turns into a bed. This whole thing slides out, the cushions slide down. We'll show you that here in a second. First of all, as I mentioned, huge storage drawers. So we custom built all of these drawers in order to utilize the space as much as possible. We really wanted to really fully utilize the space in this RV. Right here, this is what I was talking about, is the entertainment center hub. You've got your receiver. Back in this back corner, you won't be able to see it, is the subwoofer. All of these drawers had to be custom ordered, or the drawer fronts rather, sorry. All of the doors had to be custom ordered. And this is the Jackery I was talking about. It's a great power supply. It's mobile. This way they can just take it out, take it to the beach, take it to whatever, provide their stuff. Then when they come back, it slides back in like this. We had to build a custom drawer, the back cut out, everything in order to make it work because the sub is in the back here. As I mentioned, let's move some decorations. These cushions we had custom made for this couch specifically. Got the Velcro on the back to hold them in place. Then what happens is we have these locking, and luckily I'm tall enough that I can do this myself. But this slides out like so, latches into place, and then right back here up against the back, stuck in there nice and wedged tight. That guy drops down, cushions go in like so, and now it's a full-size bed for an adult to sleep. I'm 6'2", pretty comfy. I think they said when they took it out on the bachelor trip, they had somebody 6'4" was sleeping on this bed very comfortably. So that's super awesome. And oh, I forgot. This was another fun one. I think this was Renee's idea right here on the side. As we mentioned, we wanted to utilize all of the space. So right here, it's a very small cabinet, but it's big enough for a broom, it's big enough for their mop, and it's just what normally would be wasted space. So we finished this out so that those could slide in and out freely, and it just worked out really good. We put some cup holders in the top, a little bit of wood trim to kind of trim it out, make it nice. All in all, everything about this is custom, and they are so stoked about it. Now I'm gonna put it all back together. Some of the cool features about this was we designed it to handle any weight. We needed it to be a functioning couch. We needed it to be a functioning bed. This was a process that took me a little bit of time to figure out. I was trying to figure out how to disguise all of this in to make it work, but we were able to do it. These sliders right here are gonna be 180 pound rated sliders. So that would be if you have 180 pounds right here on this very edge, they can handle that. So I'm over 200 and it's doing good. Okay, so these are locking drawer tracks. They're rated to 180 pounds. We wanted it to be the most maximum use of space, but then while driving, if they need somebody sleeping on here, the slide out is in, there's still enough room to walk through here, but it gives the most bed space possible. So again, it helps to be tall. Elton's shorter than I am, and he uses his feet to do it. That latches in like that, comes back like there. We're comfy again.
Moving over to the dinette area, there are a lot of really fun features. The first one I'm going to show you guys is this storage box. The reason we put this here is that they did not want the ladder right here in the walkway, and they wanted to be able to get up onto the bed without feeling like they're doing a death dive off of it. So they wanted something to stand onto. So we could stand here, 1 step, 2 step up. We were going to turn this into a dog food storage box, but we ended up turning it into a garbage can storage box, which is so nice because most RVs do not have any place to put a garbage can. So it's hidden, it's functional, it has 2 functions. Actually, it has 3. Down here at the bottom, it does pull out they have 2 large dogs. This way they can have the dog food feeding station here, but it does not have to be in their way all the time. So such a fun thing, such a great utilization of this otherwise unused space in the RV. It's mounted to the slide out, so it will slide in and back as you put it in and out. Now over here, we just have a typical dinette, but before they could only access the storage inside the dinette benches by lifting it up. And as somebody who grew up on a sailboat having to do that all the time, pulling the couches out in order just to get the most basic of snacks, it is a pain in the butt. So they did ask that we turn this into some better storage. Sean, look at this. They just go and go and go. These are amazing. He custom built them completely, so they fit the space exactly. They come out forever. They have a massive, these are like 100+ pound, I think they're 200-pound load-bearing slides. And then because they're so large and we don't want things flying around, he did also install these latches in order to make it so they don't come out. There's another one on the other side, and it almost like triples the storage usability of this space. Otherwise, it looks basically the same other than painted. Did have the same upholsterer redo the cushions on here. I have redone upholstery for dinettes before, but it was just nice to have him just take care of all of it. Now for the table here, this was really fun. Our son Levi, we had some leftover hardwood pieces from another project we were doing, and he was like, let's do this kind of herringbone pattern. So that was his kind of brainchild, and he helped me do this, lay out the pattern. We used the old dinette table as a template. We cut a new board and then we laid over the hardwood on top of that, then poured epoxy on it. This created such a beautiful table and really kind of a fun feature that feels cohesive, but it also has like this pattern so that it pops a little bit. We like to put fun personal artwork in RVs. This allows it to feel like it's really their space. So here's a fun picture of their Malamute and their Husky. They're beautiful. We have these attached to the wall using Velcro picture hanging strips so they can come off. They're not going to damage the walls at all. Put a little bit of wallpaper for a pop of color, but the piece de resistance of this area actually is this window. It used to be 2 teeny little windows with a massive TV. It really felt like a black hole sucking you away. Instead, now it's a beautiful, just light-filled window. So we actually just cut the whole space out in between, we being Sean, and then put a whole huge new window in. I think we put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new windows in this RV, which brought so much more light into it. We took out all of the old valances. We made custom ones, which just look really super seamless. They're not boxy and kind of grandma looking like the old ones. We have, let's see here, blackout shades behind, but we did this valance extra deep because in front of the blackout blinds is in fact a projector screen. So we got rid of the TV, we put in a beautiful huge projector screen. We have a projector mounted underneath the cabinets over there, and this makes this room have so much more functionality, tons of light, but also an even bigger TV than they had before. That is the beautiful dinette area, which is fantastic, and I love how it turned out. Moving over to the upper bunk up here, we did put some beautiful acacia hardwood on the front. It just used to be like kind of this metal, gunmetal gray color, not super fantastic. We obviously painted up there as well. We had the reupholsterers recover the cushion that was up here. And then I made custom curtains to go all the way across as well. There's 2 of them here. We did this on a metal slider, and then we have little hooks that attach that there. This makes it so it can kind of separate the cab space from the living room area. All right, should we talk about the kitchen?
Let's talk about the kitchen.
Okay, what did we do in here, Sean?
Well, we painted, we did some countertops.
We just put some paint on the walls, that's all.
Yeah, that's about it. Maybe some new hardware, stuff like that.
Yeah, just a little bit.
If you want to go a little bit more into detail, this is
fridge.
a brand new fridge. The fridge they had in here before was residential, but teeny, itty bitty little thing. The one thing I made the mistake on was waiting too long to order the new fridge because I looked it up. I'm like, oh, I can get this. It's generic size fridge. It bit me in the butt hard. So I had already refinished all of this, redone everything. We had stuff painted.
It looked beautiful.
And then we went to order the fridge and we couldn't
find anything.
Couldn't find the one that fit. So we found this one was the closest thing we could get with the right depth. It wasn't the right width, but we were able to make it work. So then we had to change things. So what we're able to do is move this whole fridge over. It's about 8 or 10 inches taller. It's 3 inches deeper and I think 2 or 3 inches wider.
Basically, Sean had to reconfigure this entire cabinet.
The whole thing.
After everything was done. We were like,
but
finished.
we're very, very happy that we did.
It looks so
because before we were going to have a bigger space up here. The fridge wasn't going to be as tall. Everything was all that way.
This
But
is a
then-
way better utilization of space than what we were planning on before, even though it was a pain in the butt to get it done. So they had like a really small, but it was also really shallow fridge.
Shallow, it was, yeah.
Small, and so he was like, can we get a bigger fridge? And we're like, usually when clients ask us that, we say no. Because most of the time, they've put as big of a fridge in that area as they possibly can. They did not in this one.
It was really weird utilization of space.
The pantry space was just basically one really skinny, deep cabinet that was super tall. Basically, terrible.
Terrible.
So, how'd you fix that?
The pantry was far on this side.
Annoying.
We moved the whole fridge all the way to this wall, which then opened up more space here. And then also this cabinet on this side was really teeny as well. It was like, 6 inches deep, itty bitty thing. So by moving the whole fridge over, I was able to open this up and put much deeper shelves. And so
Actually
we
a pantry
turned
now.
their small space, 2 very small spaces, we combined them into making one large space. They love this pantry. I would love this pantry. It's a fantastic space.
So good.
4 great shelves. It's a good depth, it's a good height, it's good width. Everything in there, you can put anything you want in there. Full boxes of cereal, whatever. So that was super great. It got the fridge off to one side.
Bigger fridge.
It looks cleaner too, like
It
not
really
having
does.
more cabinet space, whatever. Yeah, I had to trim out a few more things. It did cut into this space, so now this is just an open cabinet for, he used it for toolbox storage and maybe some larger pans, stuff like that. And then the last cool feature is up here is also
Another
cabinet space. So this was a fun one. He's like, what if I had a picture frame here? And the picture frame was actually the door.
It
and
was
I'm
really
like,
fun working with a client who was so creative too,
Yeah.
because he came up with a lot of ideas that we were just basically like, all right, let's figure it out. Let's figure out how we can make it work.
as a content creator, that's what he does. He has ideas, he has things, and then
We gotta
we
figure out
were
how to
able to
implement it.
bring those ideas to life in a different way than he normally does. So what about over here, Renee? What did we do over here?
All right, just a few things. Okay, let's start with the countertops. We used the original countertops as a base. He wanted first butcher block, but then when he was looking at it closer, he was like, it looks a little busy, but I really like the wood look. And so after he sent a few inspo pictures over to me, I was like, what if we just used hardwood and put epoxy over? So I found some acacia hardwood that happened to be on sale just that week.
It was crazy.
Just that week that we were looking for wood. So we got acacia hardwood, we put it over the top of the old countertops, and then we poured epoxy over it. Sean spent forever.
It was forever.
Custom making these, what would you call this?
Just the face trim, I guess,
Yeah.
of the countertop.
Yeah, the face
The
trim.
edging.
And this is, we couldn't find acacia to make this out of, so what was it, some random?
African mahogany. I went
Yeah.
took a piece of acacia down to the local hardware store, or not the local, I guess it is the local hardware store. It's not the big box store, it's a very local hardware store. And the gentleman there was able to walk me out, and we just looked through all their hardwood options until we found something that looked like it would match. And I'm really happy with it.
I think it looks
came
so
out
nice.
so good. So we had to, cut and route and sand and trim and
Stain.
do everything, and then trimming out around the sink was an adventure as well.
Honestly though, I feel like it turned out so good, such a custom piece. And then we did the epoxy over the top, and then we did like a matte finish over that, and to make it look not super shiny. And it really looks so beautiful, where you get that wood countertop without having the really busy butcher block or the maintenance of an actual wood countertop.
And then the wider planks, it gives a nice
That less
full
busy.
look, and it's just really, really incredible wood to work with.
Then they asked us if we could do an apron front sink in here, and we'd never done that in an RV as well. So they're quite a bit heavier than the sink that was in here. Sean had to cut the entire cabinet and create an entire support structure for this to sit on in order to make it so that it was structurally sound with like the bumps and jarring of the movement of an RV. But it looks so beautiful. So the huge faucet that pulls down, massive apron front sink, which actually fits the exact same footprint the original sink was in, but it just is such a better utilization of
So
the
much
space.
better.
It is
Having the
deeper.
single basin deeper, big difference.
Such a difference. We did use the original stove and microwave. They're in great condition. We try to use anything that we can. We definitely like to not throw a bunch of stuff in the landfill when we possibly can, and they were in great condition. We did put new paint on all the cabinets, all of the walls. This, we used alabaster. It's Sherwin-Williams alabaster, so it's a little bit creamier than like the Benjamin Moore alabaster, and it makes it so that when you have a lot of walls white, it doesn't feel super cold in the space. New hardware.
New hardware all around, including
Everywhere.
all new drawer tracks.
Yeah.
We did nice soft close drawer tracks on everything, ball bearing drawer tracks, everything
ones they
new
had before.
in the entire RV is all new
Yes.
drawer tracks, which for 6 years old, these things were falling apart. So hopefully the ones we put in are much higher quality.
They are.
Will last a lot longer.
Yeah, the ones that were in there, they were not the ball bearing soft close, and they were just like falling apart. Even trying to put the drawers back in after painted, I was just like, they're not even going back in. They're
was
such garbage
terrible.
quality. So all new drawer tracks. It's funny how just little teeny things like that makes such a difference in how the overall RV feels, the functionality of it. It feels like a beautiful space to not only be in, but also to use as well.
Sure.
So yeah, all ball bearing tracks is fantastic. And then kind of one of my favorite things about this kitchen renovation is we did real tile backsplash, and it's all the way down as well. So this wall and that wall, we did use a ceramic tile. It looks like it is, oh, what's this material?
Marble.
Marble, thank you. It looks like marble, but I was holding the marble one and the ceramic one side by side. This one is a third of the weight of the marble.
A lot heavier, and there was already a
Yes.
lot of weight on this one side.
Yeah, so we just this probably did add probably like 100 pounds of weight, probably when all is said and done on there, but it's beautiful. It's gonna make it so it's incredibly durable on here. But then yeah, using ceramic versus an actual stone is gonna make a huge difference as well.
We do glue them to the wall instead of your traditional mortar, so that saves some weight, but then it also holds up a lot better bouncing down the road.
Yeah, because it can withstand the vibrations and things like that. And then we used silicone grout as well for the exact same reason, so that it's not gonna crack out when it's moving. Yeah, I think that's kind of the kitchen though.
That's the kitchen.
Yeah, honestly, I just love how the space turned out. And Ginger and Elton, they've already taken us on their honeymoon and done some traveling in it. So when she came back, she just said, I was excited to cook in it. I was excited to actually be able to make dinners in here with us while we were traveling. Whereas before she was like, I never wanted to cook in here. So honestly, like that was literally the best compliment for me.
That's what makes us enjoy doing this so much, is that hearing the response from our clients and how it feels like home to them.
Yep.
That's what we're trying to do.
That's our goal.
All right, so as we mentioned before, this whole RV is designed to be a tour bus, but then if they're not wanting to tour with it, it can be their own private space, their own RV to travel in. For tour bus functioning, they needed to sleep as many people as possible, so we were able to put these bunk beds back in. This was from the factory. Same mattresses, we had them reupholstered by our same upholsterer that did everything else. He wanted it consistent. This is a really cool fabric. We like it. It holds up good. It's good durability. These mattresses then can come out and they store back in the back room here, which we'll show you here right now, up here on this bunk bed, which you'll get to see more about later. And then, nice of them to fold really nicely. Now, this needed to be a bunk bed, but then they also wanted it to be an office space when it's just a couple people in here working. So we were able to figure out and make this work to where this folds up like this. I'm gonna actually move this curtain back over to here. Then this guy, this top bunk, rather than just rotating up against the wall like it used to, because we added this super awesome window, it now gets to store right inside here. Lots of custom precision stuff, but then I put this little latch on the wall here, like so, and that holds this bunk bed right here all the way up against the wall, out of the way, opening up two super awesome custom desk spaces. These are made out of the same acacia hardwood with a little bit of the nice African mahogany on the front. What we wanted to do here was utilize this space, give them back-to-back office space, room on the walls for monitors. They can mount their computer monitors on there. And then we added this massive window in here. They really wanted more light, more visibility, more everything in this space. This is one of the 5 windows that we added. This is just super nice because it's gonna allow airflow in. If they're parked by the beach, they get or in the trees, they can have a great view wherever they're at. While they work, while they sleep, while they rest, whatever they're doing, they've got great visibility. We also added custom blackout curtains. They go from both sides to completely enclose the space, give that privacy. They're on the windows as well as this space here, so that whoever's sleeping here, or if the office needs more privacy, they can do that. They just tuck away back here on the sides nicely, just like that, and gives them a great workspace and a great sleeping space.
All right, guys, let's check out the bathroom. This is actually one of my very favorite spaces in this entire RV. Even though we didn't do a ton to it, we left the shower completely how it was. I love how it turned out. Elton had the idea of doing this halo mirror here. So fun. It even has an anti-fog feature, changes colors, it's beautiful. We put some fantastic dark green tile in here. I love how this stuff turned out. In an RV, every square inch gets way more use than it does in a traditional house, so having high quality, durable products on areas that get used a lot is incredibly important. So we tiled the entire backsplash, the entire lower section around the sink, so it can just get wiped off easily. We have this fantastic basin sink. I love this. A really nice pedestal faucet, and then we did the same countertops in here that are also epoxied with the dark gray cabinets as well. It's like a black look. I think the cabinet color we used on this is iron ore. Sherwin-Williams love that color as far as a good black. And then we just did some storage on the walls as well. And then over here, kind of the same thing, wanting to make it so that the high use areas are very durable. We did this kind of board and batten look around the toilet. It brings a lot more interest. Just small things like this make a huge difference in creating a space that really feels inviting and homey. And I just freaking love how this bathroom turned out.
Come on back to the master bedroom. This is where all the magic happens, because we did a lot of cool magical things back here, like adding a ton of natural light. This had a little tiny window that was the only thing providing any natural light here. It was about this big before. So by adding this window, it gave a ton of light from this side. By adding this window, it gave a ton of light from that side. And by adding this window, it gave a ton of light on that side. They mentioned how amazing this was to back up to like the beach and watch a sunset and just have panoramic views of everything. So fun, so cool. Love the way that turned out. Also, we wanted a good utilized space with the bed back here. Again, the thing they were really going for is utilizing the amount of space that they had, not wasting space, having all the storage space they could possibly get. So again, of course, we had to build some massive drawers. Looks like they got some shoes in there. We got 2 of those here. This right here is the box that then goes to the outside kitchen. We'll talk more about that later. But the really cool part about this is it's a nice big comfy couch, right? Super chill. But come bedtime, it also turns into a large bed. So this guy comes out like this. This then slides over. I guess I probably ought to get rid of a lot of these pillows. Put this up top. We'll talk about this later as well. And then built in back here is another door, and we have additional cushions stored inside here. So these then come out and create, well, this doesn't look so nice when I'm doing it like this, but complete the bed. So this is a nice, super massive bed. I think they had 3 adult males at the bachelor party that slept on this side by side. Said everybody was super comfortable, a ton of space, 6-inch thick foam mattress, so very comfortable, very soft. I could just sleep right here. I think I might. Okay, we'll see you later. I'm just kidding. So we got the blackout curtains in here, custom balances. The wallpaper was super cool, fun little pop of color. Up above here, we went back and forth on this bunk bed up here. He was wanting it to pivot up, wanting it to pivot down. We ended up going with just a permanent fixed bed once we showed him the layout of how this was here and how it could be comfortable, and then there's still tons of space. He liked this idea being fixed, so then he'd have more storage. But the one thing he was concerned about was while driving, if somebody has to hit the brakes and somebody's sleeping up here, they're gonna land on the other people that are sleeping. So I came up with a little custom railing. This was kind of a fun little engineering project. It's super basic, but the fact that I was able to make it to where it rotates down, everything works really good. It holds good too, so this is 3/16 steel. We've tested by rolling into it. Nobody should be able to fall out of it. Not saying that it's not a possibility, but it could happen.
Been in here a million times, never been on it. It is nice though, it is comfortable.
Comfy.
All right, let's talk about a few of the other design aspects in here. When we were originally designing this, like Sean said, this was supposed to be a Murphy bed. It was gonna fold up. We were gonna do something lower and then to kind of disguise it. But when we decided to make this stationary, we had to kind of change some of the design plans. This room felt really white because we painted all the walls white, and then I knew we were gonna be putting the white cushions in here. So I was concerned about it feeling too just white and not enough personality. So we came up with this idea of doing this really fun slat wall. We just used 5mm that we cut down, sanded them. It is a bit of a pain in the butt because we have to run it through the table saw, sand them all down, then attach them all to the wall and make sure they're all evenly spaced. But once I got them all up here and painted, I am so happy with how this turned out. It's interesting, but it's not busy, because in a small space like this, things can feel busy really easily. It definitely is a labor of love, but I think it turned out so fantastic. And then Elton asked kind of last minute if he wanted, if I could put some wallpaper up. So we did do this wallpaper on this wall as well. On this wall, we did wallpaper, which kind of has like a blue pop. Everything was just white and the gray color, so it's kind of nice to have something that was a little bit more colorful in here as well. And then, I don't think Sean really talked about this, but we did put, this was like a whole weird storage thing. So these cabinets, we actually got them from Home Depot or Lowe's or something, and retrofitted them to make them fit up here so that we could put the new window. So before it was like storage of the teeny little window, but it was really bad storage. So now we have 2 upper cabinets that have fantastic storage. These are all the original drawers, but this made it just look way nicer and open. And now you have this entire countertop inside of the bedroom as well for storage and just to have it like feel really nice in here. This back bedroom, I feel like it's turned out so nice with adding in all the windows, having the kind of dual functionality of having it be this couch when they're using it as a tour bus, hangout space, but then also this fantastic, it's bigger than a king size of bed in here for when they're using it just for the two of them when they're going to go travel as well as a couple. So it was really fun to be able to kind of try to make this have like two personalities, tour bus and then tiny house on wheels for a couple. And I feel like we did a pretty good job. So this back bedroom turned out really nice. Oh, I did want to say, Sean didn't talk about this, but in order to make this work without having it be too bulky, he ended up putting a cable right here, and it is actually bolted through the exterior of the rig. And then so it didn't look ugly and industrial, we just used some of the same curtain material and sewed like a little sleeve to go over the top of it, and it kind of just disappears. And I mean, Sean's been up here, everybody's been up here. It does not move, and it just feels really like sleek and streamlined, but it's also super beefy in order to hold whatever and whoever needs to be up there. While driving as well, that's true.
All right, so one of the few features that we added on the outside, we'll cover a couple of them while we're out here, but Jesse, what are we gonna show them?
The outdoor kitchen.
Outdoor kitchen, is it much of a kitchen anymore?
Nope.
No, what is it now?
Gym.
It's a gym space. This was a major waste of space before. They'd actually built a platform over the top, eliminated things, just not a well-utilized space. With us wanting to turn this into a bench inside the back room, I was able to frame this out and just turn it into an ultimate gym space ultimately. So first priority was to keep the fridge in here because they wanted the extra fridge space. We built this little pocket up in here and it worked perfectly. It fit, slid in there just right. I was able to route the wiring around and plug it in down here to an inverter outlet. We put as framed out as we could to protect, because this has our water tanks behind here under the floor, everything like that. So we just wanted to make it a very usable space. This was a really cool accent piece that he wanted. He's like, I want the mirror in there so when I'm doing my workouts, I can see what I'm doing and everything. And then as you can see, rubber flooring on the bottom here so that they could put their weights in there. They wouldn't be super loud clanking around, everything like that. They got yoga mats. I've seen them store bike ball in here, all sorts of things. Another really cool feature, Jesse's gonna do some curls with the 10s. Oh baby. We put the outside shower. This RV didn't come with an outside shower, which I thought was really weird. I thought all of them did, but come to find out they don't. So we added an outside shower right here. It's got a separate hose. So this one, the style that we did has, maybe it's not in here anymore. I don't think it's in here anymore, but it's got just a traditional sprayer nozzle. So like a hose sprayer nozzle. So you have all the different settings there. Connects here, runs off the same pump. Everything's fully usable, but fully stowed away. Well, that's all we got for the outside space. There's one other thing I did want to show you that we added that was something that Elton really wanted. And that is we did the wireless backup camera and the side view cameras. The backup camera is up here. It just plugs into the lights and runs, or I guess it's just a rear view camera. It's not necessarily a backup camera. He wanted this because it's a big RV and a lot of times he's parking things by himself at nighttime when everybody else is asleep. He doesn't want to wake everybody up and make them have to come out and help him. So by giving him a good quality backup camera, I think we went with the Furion. It is a really great camera. It gives a good visibility, good view for when he's backing into tight spaces. Also, side view cameras are up there on the front, side marker lights, so when he's changing lanes, he has that visibility as well. He turns them on, those cameras come on, and he can see what's going on the sides. So another thing that we did on the exterior that is not going to be on video, but we did solar up on the roof. He's got 400 watts of solar now. That's tied into his batteries that should allow him to keep going between that and the inverter that he already has. He'll be able to run for a long time and not have to worry so much about finding somewhere to plug into. Now, some of you may be noticing and wondering, well, the outside looks pretty crappy. Well, that's because he had something poured down the sides, didn't care about it, because his plan is to wrap this in order to promote his channel, which is TFIL on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, they do a lot of fun videos. They're currently filming right now in another country. So with the solar, there's 4 100-watt panels up on the top. We had to drill a hole in the roof, which is the most nerve-wracking part of this, because he just had the whole, so we did the ceiling. He had the whole roof redone right before we did solar, but I made sure that everything was sealed super tight. We used a lot of lap sealant, making sure that everything is nice and watertight, drilling a hole, routing the solar down in, getting it all connected so that they're good to go for years to come down the road.
All right, I want to address the fact that we have turned off the AC the entire time we've been filming, and hence us sweating through our shirts right now.
It's hot.
it's hot. We had a little cool spell, but we're over 100 again. So it gets really warm in the RV really quickly. We've covered a lot of the details of the RV, but let's talk about some of the global things. Talk about flooring, paint, ceiling, all that stuff.
We did an LVP flooring throughout the entire RV. We like the LVP, it clicks together nicely. It's 100% waterproof, not water resistant. In an RV, you never know where water's gonna come from, so we do our due diligence and try our best to make sure that everything is watertight, but there's still a chance that you're gonna have water splashes, all that kind of stuff. So we love the LVP, it's great flooring.
It's actually plastic or like a vinyl all the way through, whereas a lot of the laminates have an actual substrate that is wood. So having a product that is completely impermeable to water is incredibly important in such a small space, and it also flexes really well. It's just a great product. So pick this up at Floor & Decor. We did like a medium warmth one with a little bit of color variation to hide kind of spots and dog hair and all that stuff. And I really love this stuff.
Yeah,
the honey.
Yep, worked out really good. It goes really well with everything else. The woods don't clash.
Yep.
The colors all work vibrantly together.
Which was a big concern with us. We were using a lot of wood tones in here, and so when we were picking out the flooring at Floor & Decor, I mean, I had paint colors and I had the flooring and everything, making sure that they did not
It's very
clash.
entertaining to see Renee at the flooring store. I don't know if other people do it this way, but she'll lay everything out. She'll have like 5 different pieces of flooring. She'll bring her colors from, she'll take a piece of wood that we've painted with the colors.
Fabric samples.
She'll just have it all laid out on the floor, and people will walk by and kind of look at her like, what is she doing?
But it is amazing though, because we'd already had flooring picked out before we were planning on doing the acacia hardwood countertops. And once we put the acacia hardwood countertops next to the flooring we already picked out, it looked straight up gray. It was so bad. And so we had to switch out the flooring due to what it looked like next to the acacia. So, and it's just important to kind of look at things together, because it's complete. You're putting it all together. It needs to play well with each other to create that really cohesive space.
So her craziness actually comes in handy. She looks weird at the stores doing funny things with our 57 children running around.
Yep, I definitely make a spectacle of myself, and I used to care about it, and I don't anymore, and I just
that's a super great way to live.
Yep.
So other things that we did. Front to back, one of the reasons he hired us was his ceiling needed replaced.
Yes.
So we did a beadboard ceiling. This one we did the pine beadboard. So it's an unfinished wood product. So there was a lot more labor into this one than just to buy an individual, the little panels, the pre-made panels. But the panels are like a cardboard pressed material. We did that in our other RV. It's holding up really well. We still have that RV and it looks really great. No water damage, but it will, if water ever does get in there, it will swell. So this is a real wood product, so it won't swell like that, which is super duper nice.
Just like a higher quality product. It did, like Sean said, we had the boys come out and sand everything.
A lot of sanding, a lot of prep work.
It
absorbed so much primer. We did 2 coats of primer on the whole ceiling, and it still took 2 coats of top coat. And
then I think we still sanded stuff afterwards because things are coming through.
Yeah.
But he had water damage on the ceiling, and we were like, if we have to rip out the ceiling anyway, we may as well do something really cool with it. So honestly, this really creates such a nice visual look to it. It's very similar to what we did in the motorhome that we did last year, and that's actually the YouTube video he found us from. And so we kind of went through different options, and he's like, honestly, I really liked what you guys did in that video. Like, perfect, let's do it. We already know how to do that whole thing. It was more difficult, I'm not gonna lie.
It was more difficult.
But this is not a how-to video. It's just a review one.
So we added 6 speakers in the ceiling. I think it had 2 or maybe 4 before, but we replaced all 6 of them. Whole entertainment center right through the middle by the couch and the projector, everything there. Bump and sound system, he absolutely loves it. He jams out. He's always talking about how you haven't jammed out to that thing. So
yeah, we actually have it. Maybe we should do it today.
We haven't. Maybe we'll crank it for some of this. Who knows?
Well, when we were kind of putting everything out before he left on this trip, he was like, yeah, I want 6 speakers in here. We're like, all right, let's do that. Then it was finished and he came and he saw like a month later. He's like, dude, that's so many
speakers.
And I was like, what?
6 speakers in like 8 feet. Yeah, 8 linear feet, there's 6 speakers. So.
But when he has a lot of his guy friends in here and they play video games and listen to music, like I really think that it was really important to have a fantastic sound system for the type of stuff they use it for.
For sure.
So paint colors, I think I already mentioned that the white we used is Alabaster by Sherwin-Williams. It's very warm, it's very fantastic. It makes it so that it feels light and bright without feeling too cold. And then
the curtains are in a black fabric. Sorry, I was just trying to be funny.
Oh, I was like, what are you gonna say about the curtains? But yes, the curtains, I actually bought quite a few of them. I think about like 8 just big, huge panels, curtain panels from Amazon, and then I cut them down for all the blackout curtains. The ones down here are the roller ones, but everything behind us is the actual curtain style that are also blackout as well. So that saved us a lot of money. Instead of just buying the fabric from like Joann's or something like that, honestly, it's cheaper just to buy the panels already made from Amazon, and then I just cut them down and make whatever size curtains I
We
want.
needed lots of different sizes, so it worked out really good. Able to get many curtains out of a individual curtain, so it worked out good.
Definitely.
I'm sure we've forgotten so many things.
Well, I was gonna say we forgot about the neon sign.
The neon sign.
He had that custom ordered, and he has a matching one that is like 20 times bigger in the garage, which we also renovated as well, which is so fun. Stay tuned for that
another video of that one.
So fun. It is finished as of filming right now, but we will do a whole series. I think we'll probably just do one video and one reveal of that. But so we have the neon sign. They have a few fun pictures and stuff from their wedding, because since we finished renovation to filming now, they have took it to their wedding and their honeymoon and on the bachelor's trip and.
It's been used.
It's definitely been used. So we've had a lot of fun the last few months. We have been able to hang out with some of the coolest people that we now know. Elton and Ginger! Bye! We've spent, probably like the last, I don't know, 8 weeks renovating their RV. Ironically enough, they found us on YouTube, and they asked if we could renovate their, I'm gonna call it like a tour bus / tiny home. So
yeah,
it's kind of been fun because they wanted to be able to use it for just like a tiny house on wheels for them to travel in, but then they also need it to be like a tour bus when they film too.
All right, well, let's start the tour. We have nothing outside.
Well, should we start on the outside? Do you want to show them the outdoor kitchen?
Yeah, let's start
fun.
I guess we
outside.
could, we could show the outdoor
Let's show the outdoor
for sure.
kitchen.
All right, so outside here, this was a hole where the other kitchen was, and then bunk beds and all sorts of stuff. So we just wanted to clean it up, make sure everything was still fully functional, but then give a good usable space. They said they wanted a nice workout space, so we gave, Elton found this super awesome mirror. It just fits perfect in there. Lots of space, super locked in. It's not gonna go anywhere. We got the fridge for all the beverages, and then outside shower here so that you can even wash off when you're done working out.
Cool.
Put in the pad in the bottom, should be
This
pretty
is like
epic.
that gym flooring, right?
Gym pad, so you can set your weights down or drop them in there if you really want to, I guess. I don't know if you're into the dropping of the weights, but
we still kept our fridge, which is sweet, and we saved. Wait, let's put that back up.
we didn't clean the fridge.
We saved a lot of space too, which is super cool.
Yeah,
That's like the best part about it. Because there used to be a lot of burned space, like the drawers and the cabinets weren't built right. And
well, they never build these outside kitchens for usability. They build them just to fill a space, and the fridge is typically the only thing that we'll ever keep from them.
Oh my gosh! Oh, this rug! It looks like our kitchen rug.
Oh, that looks so sick.
Wow.
Whoa.
This looks so great.
Oh, this is so sick. That's super nice.
Oh, the fridge, that was kind of a fun one that we did as well. Before they had a pantry space, and it was really terrible. Like teeny on the side here, you can't like access it at all.
You had to stick your whole arm in to reach something in the back, and you couldn't see anything because there was no light.
It gets lost in there, and it's tall and it's skinny. So we actually scooted the fridge over, we made it taller, we made it deeper, it's a way bigger fridge. So then this, which was like basically unusable too, like it was so skinny. So now, Sean did all this, so, he should be the one showing it. But,
you did it the first time though.
That's true.
I think, right? I think you did it the first time.
When he was like ripping it apart, I'm like, hey, I did all that work. And then he's like ripping it all again. Like, it's fine. So now it's like really good storage space, whether it's pantry or anything else. And then this was all just like dead space. So we like cut into that, made that storage. So like a lot of times manufacturers are just like doing bare minimum, so you can find like these pockets of storage, and then we get to like make it even better, which is a lot of fun.
And a huge fridge.
I'm excited about your fridge. Or like random snacks.
Yum, let's do it.
Okay, so in here we wanted a office space, very usable. Click some lights on. Very usable office space. So we got his and hers desks, or his and his, or hers and hers, whoever's working at the time. But then it also needed to be usable for the bunk bed usage. They, like they said, they'll have 8, 9, 10 people in here at a time.
Space,
so we have the 2 desks, which are also made out of the same hardwood flooring with the epoxy over the top. Put some fun little accents in here. We got the Send It sticker over here, and then a little ghost in this corner. Just a lot of fun little custom cut vinyl that went under the epoxy, so it'll never come out. And then right here we have the bed extension.
Should we set it up?
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun to set it up.
That's pretty good point.
Oh, then you can do it himself. How easy it is.
Ah.
There you
Goes
go.
like that. Watch out, Jess, buddy.
Go stand by
Hang out with me.
Ginger.
And then just goes in here like so.
That's so cool.
And then the bottom one goes down there. And that gives two more
beds.
bunks.
You wanna go lay on it, Jesse?
Yes, okay.
There you go.
Nice.
And this window never existed.
Yep, that's true.
another thing, too.
Which adds a
There was
ton more
nothing in there at all. It was pure
See, he
darkness.
never asked about this window. That's why I'm just talking about it.
That's so nice.
We added so many
Like-
windows, and they're not just like little windows. You know, most people want to add a little window, give it a little more light. Elton goes full send.
Full send.
Full
Yeah,
send.
Yep.
We got what, 2 foot by 4 foot
Yeah,
windows,
that's incredible because this is like one of the best beds to sleep in when you're driving, and now you have this.
and now you have a view.
Yeah, and then also when it's an office, like also you have a view, and
Right.
yeah,
And
it's
just
super rad.
light and fresh air.
This room, also
Oh,
another
the
flex space.
Elton too.
So this is a couch, a hangout space for when they're using like tour bus style or when you guys are traveling and stuff, right?
Yes,
fun
this is
in
my
here.
favorite. Everything's my favorite.
Hey, I love that so much. Well, hopefully this is your favorite because this will be when it's just 2 of you guys.
Yes.
Be like the master bedroom in here.
Yes.
But right now it
yes.
just looks like a couch because when you guys are just traveling and there's a lot of you, this will be one of the spaces that a lot of the guys and crew people were going to be hanging out in,
Mhm.
Marty and stuff. When
Yeah.
You said on the bachelor trip, everybody was just chilling back here when driving, right?
Yeah, I think there's like 3 or 4 people back here.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
all the
Awesome.
windows and everyone had their
So
space
nice.
and
it's super cool. Yeah, I remember seeing like Jerry's stories and stuff when he's just laying up against this window here and everything. It does make it really fun. But then it has another personality. Should we show him the bed?
Yeah.
Alright.
that wallpaper.
So this pulls out, and then these sliders, these ones are rated to like
It's
600
rated to like 500
pounds.
pounds
That's
or
awesome.
something
You
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah, they're. But luckily they're foam, and so they do
They
move
do
around a little bit.
compress. You can probably put this one.
That is.
Perfect. Then you put all the pillows up there. Now it turns
And it's-
into, I mean, I think it really is bigger than a king size bed.
Yeah.
It is. It's,
Yeah.
it's Cal King. It's California King.
Which is amazing.
Might even be like 2 inches bigger than a California King.
There you
All right,
go.
boys.
Okay.
Sean.
It can handle it for
Sean?
sure. There we go.
Look at Jesse's like hiding underneath.
Jesse's
That's what I
on
mean,
the
like, this
pillows.
is-
Yeah, you could totally sleep 3.
Yep.
3
Marty?
beds here.
You got one right
Yeah, you got one up here.
Marty.
I'll go like this.
Dive on.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And then somebody up there. I mean, you have
Somebody up there.
5 people in this little teeny
You could
room.
put 7 people here if you really wanted.
We really like each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah,
One on the countertop.
Yeah, countertop over there.
All right, I'll get over here.
that way, yeah.
Please don't fall on other heads.
I'm really trusting
All
your
right.
building skills.
Yeah, you guys really trust it.
We're all like, yeah.
Really trusting the building
It's the
skills and have me
same
getting
over
up there.
So in the bathroom, we also did tile on the backsplash here. This was the one area that we did do a little bit of color. Ginger wanted, we both like green.
I love
so
the bathroom.
We maybe ganged up against Elton a little bit on the tile here.
Well, we wanted color tile in the kitchen, and Elton vetoed that. So
Definitely
he
vetoed
said
it.
we can have
Softly,
the bathroom.
very softly.
Very
vetoed it.
softly. He said it looks like vomit.
It's fine. I like people who are like, to the point. It's good.
Sure.
So this is a fun tile. I really like how it turned out. And then this mirror was also Elton's idea. It's pretty cool because it actually like lights up and then it changes colors. And it also has like an anti-fog feature too.
So smart.
It's gonna be so nice because like this like dark corner, I can't imagine that would have been enjoyable to put makeup on
No,
at all.
I would just do it out there
Yeah,
anyways. So
because-
it's much nicer now.
Because you actually have like a real light there.
Yeah.
And then we did the same countertop that we did in the kitchen. It's
Yeah.
acacia with the epoxy.
And that sink is so cool. It's way cooler than the last one we had.
You won't be able to do that with your foot.
do it with his like
With the
yoga
stance.
tricks and stuff like that. All right, that's the RV. Although I did see a few touch-up paint things, so I won't continue. Always touch-up paint.
touch-up never ends.
It really doesn't.
Hopefully it's what you guys were hoping for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. Much better.
Better than you hoped for? Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah.
All right, good.
It looks amazing.
tried.
You guys went like above and beyond for so long.
We took longer, but
Jesse owes Elton some toys.
Mhm.
Oh.
Jesse, go grab your toys. No, he said.
I'll do you a favor. I'll take the skateboard away.
Oh.
Show your face over here. Jesse borrowed one of Elton's skateboards yesterday and had a little bit of an accident.
Well, he's also doing double front flips on the trampoline in the backyard. So.
Yeah.
He's taking lessons, and then I guess he just needs to take lessons on skateboards now. That's
That's
what it
the
sounds
next
like.
lessons for sure.
Oh
It's
my
crazy.
gosh. Yeah, this is amazing. It feels like we're just in a tiny home, a small version of our house, which is so cool because we get to take it wherever we want now.
All the little spaces.
Thanks, man.
Of course.
He's killed it.
Thank you guys so much for following along on this renovation series. It was incredibly fun to share it with you guys and for all of your engagement in this renovation series. Really has meant so much to us. Now, if you love series like this, we are going to be posting another, albeit a little bit shorter, renovation series. Elton and Ginger ended up hiring us for another renovation project, and a little bit of a spoiler, it was the most unique, funnest renovation we've probably ever worked on. So thank you guys so much for your support, and be sure to catch us on that next video.